What is going on, everyone? Badger here. Should have liked and sub, and let's get into this. I realize it's the height of irony for someone who was on an 8-hour funeral for a franchise for Star Wars stream on Film Thread. But that being said, when people say Star Wars is dead, it's in its current incarnation. But Star Wars, a lot like Wolverine, got a pretty impressive healing factor. If you just leave it alone for long enough, it'll regenerate. Now, the problem is we keep ripping it in half and throwing it on opposite sides of the mountain like Hulk did, and Star Wars has to sort of, then we get like a skeleton crew, and then someone rips it in half and does an acolyte season 2. They're not, but they are going to do an Ahsoka, which we're talking about. And, one of the things that would not rip Star Wars in half again, but maybe let it regenerate, is who they cast for their upcoming movies. Now, don't laugh when you see this, but in November of last year, we did see them come out and say that Rey is the most valuable cinematic asset for Star Wars. And I know, I laughed too. So going forward, we were assuming that any movie, be it Charmin Obey-Chinoy's, obviously, and then the upcoming Shawn Levy movie, would have Rey involved. So just real quick, if you wanted to know more reasons why Star Wars is destroyed, of course, the Acolyte here at 19%, that was almost 13% a while ago. Skeleton Crew did a great job of bringing people that watched it and enjoying it. The problem is just almost no one watched it. And then Ahsoka, and that's getting to season 2. So we'll talk about that. This is the one that we're likely to see Natalie Portman returning in, if you believe it. But the big one, you can see it in the title, is that Ryan Gosling is apparently in talks to star in the Shawn Levy movie. No word what that is entailing. Last time we heard, remember the first report about how Rey was the most valuable cinematic asset? Well, we ought all assume that she, at least we were told in like a Luke Skywalker capacity, was going to be an older Rey teaching people. And I guess that could still be the case, but good luck if you try that. Ryan Gosling, though, and again, not a do. This isn't like My Time to Shine or John Roca. This is the Hollywood Reporter. Ryan Gosling headed to the the great galaxy far, far away, the 3-time Oscar nominee, in negotiations to top line the Star Wars feature project that will be directed by Deadpool and Wolverine filmmaker Shawn Levy. Now, say what you want about Deadpool and Wolverine, I do believe that is the movie that they wanted to make, and the way they were able to do that was the clout of the power of Shawn Levy, Hugh Jackman, and Ryan Reynolds. And just with Shawn Levy and Ryan Reynolds, that is enough clout potentially to back away anything at Star Wars and get the movie that they want actually made. It says details on the Star Wars project are harder to acquire than plans for the orbital planet killer, and this one's no exception. Levy has been developing his Star Wars feature since 2022, and Jonathan Troper, who collaborated with Levi on films as This Is Where I Leave You and The Adam Project, have been working on the script for over a year. So no word if the script has gone back and forth. It's presumably the same story, meaning we could still see Rey as some sort of older Jedi. That's fine. But Ryan Gosling is the male lead, high T. For Hollywood, high T, good looking, white straight male. Oh shit, a return to form. Certainly not the male and pale as stale that we had heard before. And then this brings us to the other one, that Natalie Portman is being asked to reprise her role for Ahsoka season 2, which looks like at this point Ahsoka season 2 is just going to be called Clone Wars Flashbacks, because with Hayden and Ewan, the younger actress who played Ahsoka, Ariana Greenblatt, it's almost confirmed that we're just going to be getting a bunch of scenes and flashbacks from Clone Wars, which is fine because that's all anyone wanted from Kenobi, and certainly in Ahsoka, all the flashbacks are welcomed. I know this is where everyone said
he Vadered.
Sorry, I did think it was cool. Yeah, he's Vader. I like Anakin. We like seeing him fight and be Vader. I know. But hopefully everything around this is a little bit better. So yes, there we go. Last time we heard about Natalie Portman, it was Taika Waititi asking if she'd want to be in Star Wars because he thought she'd never been in Star Wars before. This specifically would be her coming back to play her Padme role in a Clone Wars flashback, and that's fine. If we're gonna get Star Wars, any sort of, and by when I say Star Wars, I mean yes, Disney Star Wars, because we're never gonna get the actual Star Wars back, because one, George ain't going to be with us much longer. He's not writing anything new, and they're never going to decanonize the sequels. So the best we can hope for is to get it into some sort of doppelganger appropriation of a Star Wars that doesn't make us sick and doesn't attack us all the time. And the way you do that is by just trying to now, what they should have done 10 years ago, adapt the best parts of it, all the meat from the expanded universe, when and where they can, and that includes doing Clone Wars stories with the actors while they're still alive and are better than Rosario Dawson. Anyway, let me know what you think about all this. Don't worry, Andor season 2 still coming out. Yeah, let me know what you think about this. Does Ryan Gosling as a lead in Shawn Levy's Star Wars movie, does that change anything for you? It does for me. Let me know what you think about it. Oh, and if it doesn't change, is it because
I don't care?
Yeah, because apathy is death, and apathy has set in. Anyway, let me know what you think about all this. Make sure to like, share, and sub. If you have done that, thank you. If you're going to do that, thank you.
Well, bye.